Welcome everyone, my name is Ali Casey and thank you for joining me on StatOasis channel where we discuss finance, investing and algorithmic trading. Now today is a special video because I'm interviewing Ivan Hudec, who is very well known to StrategyQuant X community. He is known by the name of CloneX. He did many snippets, many programs, many indicators inside StrategyQuant X, and he is part of the development team in SQX. Now, due to network issues and software issues, the quality of the video is not that great, but the audio is still good and you can hear and understand every bit of it. So without further ado, let's meet Ivan.
Yes, Ali, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me to this interview, and I want to greet all the followers, of course, of this beautiful channel.
So let's start by some background from your side. How did you get into trading in the beginning?
It was it's a bit funny. I stumbled upon financial markets around by accident via Google in 2007. Then I went to work for a broker dealer in Czech Republic, Colosseum. I started there from scratch and finished as a head trader. We mainly traded futures, options around the globe, in US, in Tokyo, everywhere. The end came when the main partner of Colosseum, MF Global, went bankrupt. Just out of curiosity, it was 10th largest crash in the history of crashes.
Yes, it was not fun.
So, it was. When this happened, I decided to quit trading for institution like this, and I do something more peaceful. And then I worked as a commodity analyst. Later, I spent several years in family business. In trading, I was partly involved. During the time, I participated on some successful or less successful projects related to trading. And we sold the family business, and now I'm 200% dedicated to algorithmic trading. So this is my short background.
Excellent. And how did you get involved with StrategyQuant X?
As I remember it was in 2014. A very good friend of mine asked me to help to develop some strategies for his business with currencies. I have never had passion for currency markets, but I told him yes, and I tried to find a tool that would me help to develop strategies in a more modern way. So I was deciding between AdaptTrade and StrategyQuant, and finally decided to go with StrategyQuant, and it was in 2014, so a long time ago. And I can say that it was probably the best decision in my trading career, and that was the beginning of my great journey with StrategyQuant, because I found many excellent people, good team there. So I'm very happy.
And have you been trading since, or are you only programming right now?
I'm trading on my own account from 2011, and I'm programming too. So I'm doing both things. I found a great synergy between programming and trading, because programming supports logical thinking. So it's I think very good ability to know programming.
And when do you think do you remember the time when you became profitable? And if you did become profitable, what was the turning point that made you become profitable?
I went profitable maybe around 5 years, around 2014. The turning point was, in my opinion, was the adoption of scientific methods of analysis. You will get much more objective information than blindly adopting paradigms from different sources. It's not just about hardcore analysis. It is good to learn simply statistical methods inferential statistic, learn maybe big data approach, learn machine learning approach, and so on. So it is necessary to defeat pride or paradigms, and often I had to start from scratch. So this was.
And did you learn anything from your losses, or just you switched to algo trading and that's it? Or like was some losses that gave you huge lesson that you should
never give up. Never give up. Once again, every failure and worst period in your life or in your trading career, I believe that it will move you forward because it corrects bad human qualities such as pride or too much self-confidence, or other biases. Too much self-confidence was my problem too, and sometimes it is still. But the biggest lesson I found is that always do your homework in the area of research and analysis.
Like obviously you're still, I see you did a huge research paper recently. So that means you're still looking for better ways to build strategies. Is that like something hard to do, or it's just part of the trading journey?
Yes, this is my main journey now. I'm trying to improve my workflow of developing strategies, and I'm trying to analyze every step to find better options, better approaches. So at this moment, this is my main job. My main job in my own self-developing.
This is for the viewers. You can see the first part of the paper. It's on StrategyQuant X blog. And you did 1.2 million strategies. Can you talk about like how, first of all, why did you do this research? And then what did you find out from the conclusion of this part one?
Why I did this research? Because I felt after last year, maybe in the middle of the last year, that my traditional workflows edge is gone, and I told myself that I have to do something with it. So as a believer of big data and machine learning approach, I told myself that let's generate a huge number of strategies. Let's decrease standard deviation of results and do the job. And it took me and my partner. It took me around maybe 2 or 3 months, I don't know, to generate strategies, and another month and maybe 2 to make all the retests. Do the samples with Monte Carlo testing, do the samples with system parameter testing, system parameter permutations and testing, and do other tests. And the conclusions were many times revolutionary, and many of my old paradigms were destroyed. So actually, I'm releasing this research to Strategy Quant X website. And yes, the conclusion of the first part, and I borrow these ideas from interviews and from other sources, that the complexity is, and I can say it clearly, probably the biggest factor in true out-of-sample performance, aka hold-out performance, and of course statistical significance, aka number of trades, is the very, very strong factor. So I suggest to everybody to find strategies with not a huge complexity, not complex models, right?
So when I read the paper, I came across the complexity, which is the basis of this study. And I was wondering, how did you calculate this complexity? What is it? Like, is it the look back period? Is it the shift? Is it the number of variables?
Yes, great. So complexity is a sum of entry and exit condition in the strategy, and the number of parameters in the condition is counted too, right? So this is how the complexity is computed in Strategy Quant, and I I'm also using exit complexity, which is a bit simpler approach, and it is about counting only exit conditions used in strategy. And this is very good predictor too. And you can find this snippet on sharing server.
You put a snippet that counts the complexity?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so is that on the code base on SQX?
Yes. You can find this snippet on code base, or there was a short blog post about exit complexity and exit methods used in strategy, and many users like it. I really suggest to try and look at it.
And so this is the blog post you're talking about, is how to categorize your strategies by exit type quickly. So this snippet, you can download it here and it will show you basically the number of complexities you have in your strategy. And based on the conclusion of the first part, you mentioned that you should look something between 4 and 6 number of complexities. And that will drive the strategy to be more robust. Like if you fall in this section, then theoretically your strategy should be more robust than any other indicator.
Let me maybe to clarify it better.
Yes.
What I'm using in this analysis I'm actually posting is standard complexity, which is a column or KPI included in SQX, and this counts number of exit and entry conditions, including a number of parameters. And in this blog post, it was made after the bigger analysis. I developed the exit complexity, which is simpler version, and it counts only the number of exit methods used in the strategy.
Okay, so you will have then two snippets. Is that correct? 2 snippets, one for entry, one for exit, or is it only going to be one that counts the exit with it?
In this analysis I'm posting, sorry, maybe I didn't involve the exit complexity there. In this analysis I'm using only classic complexity and the only complexity. And the exit complexity, I will share the results with this in some of the future analysis.
Okay. And I looked at your second part of the series, which you're gonna post soon on SQX. What's the conclusion now for both first part and second part? This is it? Basically, reduce the number of variables to minimum 1 or 2. And then the exit to 1, and then your shift maybe to 1 or 2. Is that the conclusion of the whole study so far, part 1 and part 2?
Yes, technically you are right. Yes, this is the conclusion of the first part, and I will add that the number of trades is with the complexity strong predictor too. So let's talk about number of trades. Let's talk about like a statistical significance, and
yes,
if your sample of trades is bigger, then you can have a stronger confidence in the results of your strategy.
And
so
what would you say?
But mostly complexity, of course.
What would you say like an acceptable number of trades to put it as your cornerstone that yes, I can trust this?
I take maybe 30 to 80 trades per year in average.
Okay, but so what do you do then with strategies that, swing trading, maybe trades once a month or twice a month? Then this complexity thing will not work on these strategies?
Yes, of course. Good question. Then is maybe there are some type of strategies which are working on well-known anomalies, and these type of anomalies are well-known research tens of years ago. So it's always good to have a bigger sample of trades. And if you don't have enough data, you can always use multi-market tests. So you can test the strategy on another markets probably the best way is to test it on uncorrelated markets and gain gain this confidence there. It's not easy task, of course, but you can do it and you should do it.
Thank you very much for that, Ivan. So I got some viewers' questions, and let me shoot some at you right now. So this first one is by LT from the Discord server. He asks, what's the best building blocks for generating strategies?
Yes, LT, hi, and thank you for the question. I personally prefer, and I like Kaufman moving average, Gamma, Bollinger Bands, Keltner channels, SR person rank, and there are very good blogs like Open Daily, Close Daily, Open Weekly. These, in my mind, these are very good, very robust blogs. Look, some blogs are useless, some blogs are useless, some of them not. And I can only say that I have planned to publish research dedicated to this problem because many clients are asking us to this problem. So I did some research, but I will do it better and on more strategies, and I will share it on our blog site.
So the other question he asked is, should you calibrate indicators before building in SQX? As you, for the people who don't use SQX, SQX has a calibration for all indicators. You can do it, of course, or you can just skip it. So what would you recommend? You should do it before every start?
Yes, I will do it before the start of program. I would like to say that I use only conditions, and technically I do the calibrations by my own. But if you calibrate indicators or blocks, you should always do it before the analysis or generating of strategies, of course.
So from my point of view, the calibration only affects you if you are changing, like if you're going from Forex to, let's say, futures. I think definitely you need calibration because then the ATR changes and the moving average changes, and also from intraday to, let's say, daily time frame. I think you also need a calibration, correct?
Yes, exactly. This is the big truth. Yes. Very good point, Alec. Yeah.
He also asked if you're using SPP for 1,000 runs only, because the recommendation is minimum 5,000 runs. Will 1,000 runs be, I mean, is it overfit, or does it give you enough information to use SPP on 1,000 runs only?
Yes. Thank you for the question. It's a good question. SPP was a subject of my analysis too, and I will share some results from it. And use not big numbers in this analysis. 1,000 is enough for me, or maximum 5,000. It's absolutely okay. Generally, I think that it's better to use less optimization runs and fewer steps while setting SPP. And other very good algo developers also say this. So I can only agree with this.
A question from Justin. What ranking filters in the building phase correlate to better performance in holdout period?
Yes, this will I also release in one of the next episodes. So, but I can say something now, no problem. So let me please explain that this also depends on the type of the strategy you are looking for. In this analysis, I work with strategies with exit on Friday turned on, right? And in these type of strategies with exit on Friday turned on, you significantly limit the potential of your trades. And this analysis shows me that average hours in trade is a strong factor in strategies holdout performance, together with complexity, number of trades. But there are also other KPIs, and one of them is exit quality, average exit quality, average trade. So, and of course, annual percentage return is a good predictor too. So these are filters you can use in building phase.
A question from Chris: what things do you avoid in the algo development to prevent overfitting? Of course, everybody wants.
Thank you. By the way, thank you, Chris. Hi, buddy. Nice to see you there. Here, sorry. We are talking with each other through the Discord. Okay, so I use a low number of conditions, as I said earlier. I don't use indicator of exits. Max bars look back is I set max 3 bars. This can do, by the way, a very bad job into out of sample performance. When you set max bars look back to 100, you will receive much worse strategies with less quality. I'm trying to use small ranges in indicator settings, not many steps, and I'm using 8-year exits, and I have there fixed periods, for example, sets. So and also it's very good to use as much data as possible if possible. These are universal rules taken from theory of statistics and mathematics, so this is nothing new. And I also use built-in techniques that will be described in the next episodes. What we have learned from 1.2 million strategies, Monte Carlo analysis, spread ratio checked, and system parameters permutations too.
And now that I have you here, we have some requests for SQX team. First of all, why till today, 2021, the steps are still by the numbers? It should be by percentage. I mean, this is known drawback in all platforms, actually. We should ask SQX, and since you are a part of the team, like you just mentioned. So when you change, like, for example, the moving average, instead of steps of 5, it should be steps of percentage, because when you go from 10 to 15, that's 50%. But when you go from 100 to 105, that's 5%. So even though the number is the same, but the percentage is not, we should always go by percentage.
Okay, we will add it, Ali. No problem. We will add it. My colleagues are extremely responsive. They are very optimistic, and they are open to adding some new ideas. So we can add it. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you. And so, of course, the questions are unlimited, but we have limited time. What do you think, like, for somebody just starting out, maybe not even SQX, or want to get into SQX, which is a data mining package software? What would you recommend that they should start with? I mean, obviously, this is a skill. I want to emphasize this. Strategy Quant X is not a magic tool. You need to learn this skill of algo trading to reach profitability. But for somebody just starting out, what would you say let's say the best practices to reach profitability?
So thank you for the question. There is no need to have very high expectations at the beginning. No need to succumb to the illusion of nice equity curves which you are receiving from SQX. You should always think about that you are data mining strategy. So you have to be careful when analyzing them. You should have properly set genetic engine and avoid to search something for every price, right? And it's necessary to learn the program, to learn the materials, because it's good documented. And I would appreciate I appreciate your YouTube channel, which is an excellent source of information about Strategy Quant. I think probably the best source.
Thank you.
So, and you have to remember that when something worked well in the past, it doesn't have to work in the future. So.
Thank you very much. Where, if people want to reach you, of course, I have to mention this again. Ivan is the guy who helped me built the market regime indicators for my channel. And of course, he has this service for everyone. And so if people want to get in touch with you, where should they go?
You can find me on Strategy Quant X, on Strategy Quant blog page. There is a formula in every post. You can find me on my own page, algotrading.space. There is a contact form for me, and there is also my phone number, so you can call me. I'm friendly guy, so
Very friendly.
I'll be happy.
And for the people who wants to order anything from Ivan, he graciously accepted to give you guys 20% discount if you use the code StatOasis. So thank you very much, Ivan, for your contribution to the community. And I want to also thank you very much for your time spent on this channel. And we look forward to your next research paper.
Thank you very much, Ali, and have a nice day, have a nice weekend, and I say hello to all the watchers and readers, okay?
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching and listening. I hope you got some value out of this interview. If you have any person in mind that you think can provide value to traders and investors, and you want me to interview him or her, then please share the name with me and the contact info so I can get in touch with them. As always, good luck with your trading, good luck with your investing. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.